I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, using tarot to help you do the inner work, heal yourself and create the life that you truly want to live. I just shot a couple of episodes of my podcast. The one that's coming out tomorrow, in fact. I had to do it. So now I'm 2 weeks ahead with it. But yeah, check that out. It'll be published tomorrow evening. Now, I have been a psychic for 25 years plus. Well, no, in fact, I've been a psychic my whole life. But I've been doing it professionally for the last 25 years, over 25 years. And I like to help people to heal themselves because it's been a big thing in my life after a particularly abusive childhood. Having to heal myself from that and find tools and help other people. I've been helping other people as well as healing myself with that. And so that's how I like to use my gift. Hello, Naveen. How are you? So what I want to do today is get some cards out. I've currently got a free 5-day class going on my website, behealing.com. We're 3 days into it already, but you're very welcome to join it now. You could catch up. Sure, you can, Naveen, no problem. Let's get some cards out for the collective first, and then I'll get right to you. So there is the link for my website for that free class. So it's a portal zone, and it's a 5-day class. It'll only take you 15 minutes a day, and then you can come to the live show that's each day as well in my Facebook group, my private Facebook group, to answer your questions on it. That'll take you an extra half an hour. So it's a short thing, but it's going to make a big impact on your life. If you want to manifest something, and it's for one we go through portals, so this one was about the 1111 portal, and I'll be running another one for the big, the 21st of December, that one, which is a new moon. It's the solstice. It's when 3i Atlas is closest to the Earth. It's a huge one. So, yeah, it was big, but it's okay now. It made me who I am. That experience. And, many of us starseeds, we come here to have those very human experiences so that we understand, right? And we're the ones better equipped to be able to heal ourselves and to help others, especially for the stuff that we've got going on now. And what have we got? You see, it keeps on coming out every day. Ace of Cups, the falling in love. I keep on getting these messages that there's a new relationship coming in for me. Don't know where he is right now, but 2 of Wands, and that it's going to be a decision being made. Now, Ace of Cups, it doesn't have to be about falling in love. It can be the start of new feelings, a better kind of a life, feeling better about yourself. 2 particularly emotional episodes coming up on Be Healing with Claire Louise Hay podcast here on my channel. And the lovers, you see, I keep on getting these cards about romance. Romance is here for me apparently just before Christmas. Thank you, Naveen, for signing up. I saw that pop in. So if you put your name and your email address in the window that popped up, that's a different thing. That's for my what's he do does 3-minute reading. Yeah, you put it into the window that popped up. It's all right because I haven't managed to find a way yet of only sending the emails out about the class to the people that signed up for the class specifically. I'll figure it out by the next time we do it. Okay, so we've got the Ace of Cups, card of falling in love or new feelings. We've got the 2 of Wands, very much based on a decision that we make. 2 of Wands is a crossroads. It's like, what action you're going to take. You're going to go left or right. We do have a decision point coming up. And the Lovers is clear. So why do they want to tell us about this? It kind of feels that way to me. Wow. Next up, we've got chaos and conflict. Now, it feels like that's what the world is in at the moment. I don't particularly feel it inside. If you don't know about me, I live on a little tropical island in Thailand. It's not very chaos and conflict here. Very rarely. We've got a wonderful community here. We have a great time, and a beautiful place to live. But if I go online, yes, I see what's going on in the rest of the world. You're in no contact. Oh, we'll get you some cards out later. I always do have my one question readings available on my website as well. So, chaos and conflict, perhaps of the heart. There might be something to clear up here about relationships, right? Something I can get sucked in. You know how algorithms pick on our pain points, right? And then they show us all the stuff, especially Facebook. It's dreadful for it. It's evil. Facebook is so evil the way it does that. YouTube, not so much. You can curate your feed, can't you, with YouTube? You can choose who you want to see. It's a little bit more adapted to what you want to watch. Facebook is just pure evil. Facebook is like, what does she really hate? I'm going to show her that. I'm going to show her a pain point. So she clicks on it and she reads the comments and stuff. And that's the only, I don't have any relationship conflict in my life. I literally don't. But I use social media for my business. And when I get on there, the evil thing, it shows me like all the stuff, like relationship conflict stuff, like what men are saying about women and what women are saying about men. And it's all such a mess. And it's not what I'm experiencing in real life. So I wish it had just shut up. But it's clearly a hook for me, because I cannot stop myself from watching those little clips about it. And worse still, reading the comments. Reading the comments is the worst. But I can't stop myself. It's like I want information on it. I mean, I have been interested in my channeling for many years now, the divine masculine, divine feminine energies, because I do see it as Teal. What's her name? Teal Duda. Teal. These are for the collective. Yeah. Sorry, you zipped off, didn't you, to my website? Yeah, these are still for the collective. But it will apply to both of us, right? Yeah. What was I saying? I don't have any of that stuff in my real life, is what I was saying. I don't have any of that stuff in my real life. I've lost my thread. So next up, I'm just doing the cards for the collective first. We've got dispelling sadness. So we've got something to clear up regarding relationships, regarding chaos and conflict about relationships. And dispelling sadness, perhaps processing the emotion of sadness. I'll feel better once I get the rest I need. I don't know what that's got to do with sadness, but yeah, feeling sadness. I had a particularly sad day yesterday and today because a friend of mine is leaving the island. She left this morning after a very long time. 21 years, I think she was here. I've been here 9 years. And yeah, and she's gone. And two more of her friends have left this morning as well. But they come and go all the time. She was always here, and now she's gone. And that's sad. And I had said goodbye to her a couple of times because I thought it was the last time I was going to see her. And so there's been many tears that have flown. So feeling sadness, I just recorded an episode, which is going out tomorrow, an episode of my podcast, and it's all about that. It's all about emotional healing and how to do it. So dispelling sadness, perhaps I need to go even more into the sadness. And welcoming surrender, letting it go. So there's sadness around relationships that needs to be felt. There's no problem, only destiny being revealed. Wow, the builder's back. This is constant. I just managed to record the episodes of my podcast in their lunchtime. And they got the drills out again. Drilling concrete across the road. Okay, so we're talking relationship. You want some cards yourself. Naveen, what's happening with you? You're in no contact. What went on? Let's get some cards out and find out. I've been through a lot, I have. I've healed a lot. And now I live on a tropical island for the last 9 years, doing what I love, which is this. And also managing a kickboxing stadium and gym, or helping to manage it, which is a lot of fun. I'm an MC for fight nights. I kickbox train, I don't fight. I have a very nice life. So let's see what's going on with you, Naveen. Okay. 2 very powerful cards. The Emperor, Divine Masculine, and the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is about fate and it's about luck. I need to get some more about this. So what you talking about, Wheel of Fortune? So fated connection, Queen of Swords. Oh, okay. Right, okay. So, you lady that you're in no contact with, it is important now that she has this boundary. So that's the fated thing, is that it's time for her to express boundaries, and that's what she's done. There comes a point in every man and woman, I think, but especially women's lives. We are going through this big divine feminine rising at the moment, and we're realizing just how bad we've had it, and just how much we've been pushed down, and how, yeah, just, and I'm not saying it's good for men. I don't think the patriarchy is good for anybody. But women are realizing just how bad we've had it, and realizing just how much we've put up with as well, and that we're not willing to do that anymore. So this is a collective thing. Yeah, I'm explaining it to you now. I'm not hearing that she got manipulated at all. This is fated that she needed to do this. And it's not about you, it's about her. So we're going through this collective thing at the moment, and yeah, and part of that is our empowerment, right? Learning how to stand up for ourselves and not put up with things, and actually express ourselves and say what our needs are, say what it is that we want, right? And so maybe she's done that, maybe she's not done that, but one thing that she is exercising is her boundaries. Now, that boundary might not always stay, but it's like if you've been around children, those terrible twos. When a kid is around 2 years old, they learn that they are their own person, and they can say no, and they say it a lot. It's like that. As a child is learning their boundaries, where they begin and end, where their parent begins and end, because before that they thought they were just part of their mum. They start to assert boundaries, and they say no more than is necessary. Because they're just playing with it, right? They're playing with it. It's new to them. Boundaries is new to them. And it's exactly the same with someone who's been traumatized. And every single woman on this planet has been traumatized. It is a living hell living on this planet as a woman. It is, and I'm not joking about that. I'm realizing it even more than ever. A realization that I've had recently. It's not just that we have to act like men in order to be valued, which is horrible. It goes against our very being. But not just that, but we are prey. I don't know whether men realize this. The majority of Western men see women as a game, and we are the prey to them, and they're trying to catch us to get something from us, be that sexual or be that whatever kind of thing that they want from us. But it's just a game to them. We are not human beings to them. They don't treat us with love or respect. They treat us like prey. And you've probably never had that experience, that the majority of the opposite sex treat you like prey. But it's a horrible feeling, and we're not joking when we say the world is just dangerous to us all the time. And so with that, me expressing that, how I'm feeling at the moment about it, you can imagine what she's feeling, right? She might be feeling a part of that. But if she wasn't used to expressing boundaries, and then all this feeling comes out, because it's what's happening in the collective, and she's picking up on that because she's a woman, she will be, then her being like a 2-year-old and just learning, oh, I can have boundaries, she's more likely to put that boundary like a big solid brick wall in front of you, or in front of anybody at the moment, until she finds her safe space, right? Well, you're human beings. Wherever you're from, you're human beings. You're tapping into the same collective consciousness. So, yeah, she's not expressive. I don't think she got manipulated. It's definitely her energy with the Wheel of Fortune there, and the Queen of Swords is all about boundaries. So, yeah, she has expressed that boundary. And then you've got the Divine Masculine card. Let's just find out what that's here for. The Emperor. When somebody asserts a boundary, you have to respect that boundary, right? And give them the space, because it's a plea for safety. It's like, I need some space now. And if you've ever said that to anyone, I need some space, and they don't give you that space, then it's well, get the hell out of my life. I never want to see you again. It's that. So we do have to respect people's boundaries. As soon as I give a boundary to anybody and they don't respect it, I do not have any time for that person anymore. will not deal with them anymore, no matter who it is. We'll keep on being there, but yeah, boundaries are that. It's giving yourself space. It'll feel to you like pushing away. The high priestess, she's tuning into it, right? She's tuning into it. So the best thing you can do is just give her that space. Give her that space that she needs. You don't need to control. You don't need to change it or anything like that. If someone needs space to figure it out themselves, then give them space to figure it out and trust her. Trust her in that. You're not right in saying that she's been manipulated. So that's not helping things. You're thinking that. Have more belief in her than that. This is something that she's decided herself. And yes, there's probably people around her conferring, but I'm not getting that she's being manipulated there. Yeah, well, keep on doing that then. Keep on not controlling, keep on not changing, and yeah, give her that space. She'll probably be back. But like I say, when we're learning boundaries, we tend to put brick walls up, and then once we feel safe, then we can open those doors and then have like healthier boundaries, And what I mean by that is, like, I went through the same process, and to me that was like just like stopping any kind of socializing, any kind of dating or anything like that, when I realized that I wasn't being safe in the way that I was approaching things because I had no boundaries. So I put an all-encompassing boundary up and hid away until I felt good and safe, until I got my head straight about what I wanted and all of that, and I was clear in myself. And then when I started to get out there again, it was very different. It was very different for me, and so I was much more particular about who I let into my life and at what level I'd let them into my life. And because then I'd built up this space for myself where I felt really good, which is the only way to have healthy relationships. You've got to do this first. I then of course, because then I was really enjoying my life by myself, nurturing myself and doing exactly all the things that I wanted to do, then I would only let people that added into my life back in, and then not to the extent, I wasn't like seeking people to be hanging around all the time, because I really started to enjoy my own company. And so I went from this blanket boundary, brick wall kind of thing, to opening up again, but then just having the little boundaries in the moment. So, for example, somebody befriended me online and they just sent me, no joke, about 50 messages and short little videos of themselves an hour, even more. And it was just like, this is too much. A message just saying I've got a lot of stuff going on. I was moving house at the time. I had a lot of stuff going on. And I said, I need some space. I can't possibly read this amount, even if it was a full-time job to read her stuff. I couldn't do it. I didn't have enough time in that hour to actually read and watch everything that she's sending me. And certainly not with lots of stuff going on in my life. So I drew a boundary to her. She didn't respect it. And I'm like, well, that's it. I cannot be your friend. Out. You're out then. You're out. And so, yeah. Give it time and do respect those boundaries. It's an important thing for anyone to learn, is this boundary kind of thing, and she'll be so much more healthy in relationship after that too. She'll be more empowered in herself. You said that she's quiet and stuff. Yeah. She'll be more empowered, much more healthy to be in a relationship, because it's not healthy to be in a relationship with people without boundaries. You know why? They say yes when they mean no, and then build up resentment, right? They're like people pleasers, people that don't have boundaries, and so they're not clean and clear. You can never tell. Like, I know some of them, you can never tell whether it's really true or not, because they'll say yes and then they'll hold resentment for you, and you're like, I asked you and you said yes. You could have said no. I'd have preferred it if you'd said no and you were truthful, and so it is actually much better in the long run. Sure, Starla, go ahead. John Santander, how are you? Let's get you some cards out. So I hope that helps. But it's not easy being on the other side of it when someone asks boundaries. I know, I remember there was, I'm not really one to push, that gets a lot of people with boundaries having to assert them with me, because I could tend to like give people plenty of space because I want plenty of space for myself. But my ex-boyfriend here on the island, we're still friends. This was way back when we were going out with each other, and I was having trouble with someone on this island. She lacked boundaries for sure. And I asked, did he know her? And he said to me, I don't want to talk about her. That was him asserting a boundary, right? He didn't want to talk about her. And I was like, oh, I really wanted to. But of course, I honoured his boundary and we never talked about her. And I still remember it because it's so very rare that someone shows me a boundary like that. But yeah, of course I respected it. I didn't push it at all because it's totally up to him if he wants to talk about something or not, right? John, your cards are the Three of Pentacles, talking like work situations for sure, especially around other people, working with other people, colleagues, that kind of thing. You take on too many of the burdens, you take it on. Now, are you trying to impress somebody by doing more than your fair share? Because I tell you, it doesn't impress people when we do that. It should do, but it doesn't. Anyway, Ace of Wands. If it feels like to me like if you put down the burdens of trying to prove yourself in the workplace by going over and above, John, that something new will start off, something much better. It's weird. I know I haven't been in the workplace. I've been an entrepreneur for a very long time now, but in my 20s, I worked in IT, corporate IT, office stuff, and wow, back in the 90s. That was an experience, very much a man's world then in IT, in corporate IT. But what was I going to say? Yeah, it was always the people that couldn't do the work very well that got promoted because they couldn't do the work very well, and so they wanted them to use them to be of some use, so they put them in a different role, and so they got promoted. It was a weird thing, but yeah, it's kind of backwards in that kind of way. That's your message. Stella, is Derek falling in love with you? Let's find out. The one question readings are always available from behealing.com as well at any time. I get them out pretty quickly. And yeah, I've got a free class at the moment, a free 5-day class on my website, behealing.com/portal. Stella, King of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. Derek. Well, Derek seems to be wanting to do big things in the world. This King of Pentacles is very much focused on money and work and things like that, but even more so in this deck where it's about getting ahead, climbing the corporate ladder kind of thing, or getting leverage, which could mean like building wealth through investments, or it could mean networking with a lot of people to try and get better opportunities. But yeah, Derek's all about that right now. Six of Swords and manifesting that kind of thing. Very much focused on that rather than on love. So not a very good answer to your question. Is Derek falling in love with Stella? Do you know Derek from work? Now, yes, wish, the star. Yeah, there is a wish that Derek has to get involved, but you're not a priority. Not because you're not a priority, it's because love is not a priority right now. It's just kind of like a side wish, that kind of thing. Yeah, his priorities are elsewhere. In that work situation as well, because like two very work-oriented cards came out first, that would mean it's not just about work, romance, priorities. In the workspace itself, because you work together, he's definitely going to prioritize the work there. So if relationships in work were even going to be a sniff of getting in the way, then it would be a no, right? So just be careful of that. Anyone else want some cards pulling? I'm going to pull some more for the collective as well. I want to know more about this romance because my guides keep on telling me about romance and I haven't had a sniff of it for years. No, not for years. A few months ago, I met somebody nice, but he doesn't live here, so that was that. That was that. Something's hanging on by a thread. Apparently there's something I've got to let go of with romance. And perhaps for a few of us as well. Something's hanging on by a thread. Something that needs releasing. The mask. It's like pretense. It's like us trying to be someone. Not be someone that we're not, but it's like when you go on dates and then you tell them all your best stories. You don't give them a balanced viewpoint of yourself. You give them, the highlights. It's that kind of thing. And the siren luring somebody in. Magnetizing somebody with the mask. Interesting. So something's hanging on by a thread, something that's not quite authentic. And that happens when we have got something to heal. Usually we're hiding something, right? When the mask comes out, something that we could be ashamed of, something that we don't necessarily want to reveal, something like that needs to be sorted out first before they are magnetized in. And it's something that's hanging on by a thread. I know what it is. I know what it is for me. It's money. Because, and I've been talking about this in that free class that I'm doing at the moment, one of the, I manifest. I am magical manifester, master manifester. I can manifest all kinds of things. I've lived a ridiculously blessed kind of life. But when it comes to money, not so. Money, I'm like this with money. And I'm like this with money because I know how to manifest money. It requires me to focus on it. Money is not my favorite thing to focus on. There's way more to life that is way more important to me to focus on. And, I want to focus on my friends. I want to focus on my fitness. I want to focus on my work, my business. I want to focus on a load of other things. Money is boring as to focus on. And so what happens is it turns to shit. I have to focus on it and do my manifestation thing. And then it starts coming in and it gets more and more and I'm on that upward spiral and then I sit back and I'm like, oh good, now I can get on with life again. And I get distracted and I think about all the other things that I want. And talk about mask, it's the one thing, like I'm telling everybody, like I don't hold things back. I don't really wear masks like this. But when it comes to a romantic relationship, I might not want to say, oh, and by the way, I have this yo-yo going on with finances, because that's really attractive, isn't it? Hey, get in a relationship with me and I'll be all over the place when it comes to money. I can manifest bicycles, I manifest houses and veggie gardens recently. In the last few weeks, I manifested a bicycle yesterday. I put bicycle down on my wish list and I thought, well, I better do something about it. I'll just have a look online and see what kind of bike I want, see how much they are to start like manifesting it. And when I clicked on it, the second bike that came up was perfect for me, and it was 73% off yesterday. The price has gone back up again today. It was $80. It was so cheap. It was so cheap. It was like a $400 bike for $80. So of course I bought it straight away. I'm like, what the hell? Of course I want that. So that was an instant manifestation. I can manifest all kinds of things, but yeah, I'm just getting back on it again for money. It's dollar. Yeah, I just did for you, the Derek one. If you want any more, visit my website, behealing.com. If you sign up, there's a window that pops up. When you visit my website, a window pops up. And if you get a message from your higher self to be on my mailing list for that as well. And you can join in the class while you're at it. And you're on there too. So yeah, just one in here because it is one of my paid services, the one question readings on my website, behealing.com. I've also got Zoom calls as well, which someone's just booked in for one of those. Oh, 8 a.m. November the 23rd, that's okay. I can do that. Oh wow, she's booked loads of them. Okay. Cool. Well, thanks everyone for coming along. Yeah, visit my website, put your name in there. You can get yourself a little reading. And again, they're not like one question readings, but they are messages from your higher self, which is how I like to work. I don't just want to read your energy. I want to go to your higher self to find out the truth. Because reading your energy is just going to affirm what you're thinking, affirm what's already in your emotions, that kind of thing. And that's what a lot of readers will do. I go to your higher self, which is you in spirit form. For the real truth. And so my readings tend to be like honest, really honest, not telling you what you want to hear, but telling you what you need to hear instead. So if that resonates with you, go to behealing.com and sign up. I've also got a giveaway going on as well, because I'm slowly creeping up towards 10,000 subscribers. And so if you're watching my videos, a new episode of my podcast is out on here tomorrow. On this channel tomorrow. And if you comment on any of my videos, my reading videos, these live videos, not in the live comments, but in the afterwards, the replay comments, with a 4-leaf clover, my throat's gone really dry, with a 4-leaf clover emoji, like that, in your comment, then that gets you one entry into the prize draw. When I reach 10,000 subscribers, one lucky commenter is going to win big, going to win a session with me. So get entering that. I do this almost every day, this show as well, and I do one in our private Facebook group as well. Do you want to join our private Facebook group? Here's the details of that. Well, thanks everyone for coming along. Great to see you all. Great to connect with your energy. I will see you next time.